Hello students, let's do the differentiation today. I'm Shree RSC and I will teach you today the topic which is called the differentiation. So let's start. In the mathematics, there are so many branches. One of them is called the calculus. This differentiation comes under the calculus branch. Now, let's start that. If I will say to you, what is the answer of 5 and 3? Then you might be confused. What is the 5 and 3? But when I will say and I will apply the sign plus here, then you may say, oh yes, that answer is a 8. It's so easy. Yes. Or if I will say, what is the 5 take away 3? Then you will say, it's 2. If I will say, what is the 5 times 3? Then you will say, it's 15. And if I will say what is the 5 divided with the 3, then you might be say 1.66 approximately. So do you see, the numbers are same, but the signs are different. Positive, negative, multiply and divide, and because of the signs, answer is always gonna be changed. So don't you think the signs are very, very important in every question? So that is how the differentiation also have a one particular sign, and that sign is called the dy over a dx. That is the sign of the differentiation. Is that clear? Now I will tell you how. If suppose you have given a function y is equal to the x square, then you have to use the sign dy of dx x square. You have to use the sign in every question of the differentiation in the first step. That is saying to you, you have to do the differentiation of the question which is given in the function y and variable x. So this represents that you are doing the differentiation of the function y with respect to x. Then you might be asked, if suppose we have given the question z is equal to the t square, then what we'll do? Then I will say, please write dz over a dt of t square. The meaning is that you are doing the differentiation of the function z with respect to t this time. Then you might be asked, if you have a s square, s is equal to the t square, then I will say, please write ds over a dt of t square. That meaning is that you are doing the differentiation of the function s with respect to t. But students, remember, 99% question asked in the function y and variable x. But this case is only happened for the 1%. So don't you worry, the most of the question is only asked in the x variable and in the form of the function y. I hope the sign is clear to you. Now let's start the next step. Before starting the next thing, I have to tell you some rules, or might be you can name it formulas of differentiation. So what are these? Let's start with the number first. What is the differentiation of x to the power n? So remember, here x is the variable which you have to do the differentiate, and n is called the power or index. N can be anything, a number, a rational number, a negative number, decimal, anything. So what would be the differentiation of that? That differentiation would be the n, x, n minus 1. The meaning is that whatever the power you have, just please come with that power in the front, in the beginning, and write the variable as it is, and the whatever power you have will be taken away by the 1. Let me give one the example. Suppose you have to do the differentiation of x to the power 5. Then here the value of n is 5, the value of power is 5. So how you can do the differentiate? 5, the power should be coming first, the variable x, and whatever power you have given will be taken away by 1. So see, we are applying the same rule like here, And don't you worry, even if you don't get it, I will give you so many examples of this rule. Is that clear? Now the second I want to explain you differentiation of the x only. So I will say you it's so easy. Differentiation of x is called a 1. Then you might be asked how this is 1. Then I can prove it to you. Differentiation of x. If there is a no power, then what is the power here? The power will be the 1. Because whenever any variable or any number doesn't contain any power, then it is always the 1. Now, according to this rule, if we will apply the same rule over here, then how can we do that? So according to this, the power should be coming front. So this is the power here, 1. I will come over here and that is the x. So I have to write the x here. And whatever power you have will be taken away by 1 again. So 1 x and 1 take away 1 is how much? 0. This is 1. And do you know, students, what is the x to the power 0? See, in the maths, anything's power 0, any number power 0 or any variable power 0. Suppose you have 2 to the power 0 or 3 to the power 0 or x to the power 0 or y to the power 0. Anything's power 0 answer is always a 1. So x to the power 0 answer is again a 1. And you can see there is a no sign between them, a number and the variable. Then you have to understand there is a multiply sign. And 1 times 1 is how much? 1. So that is how differentiation of x is always comes up 1. And similarly, differentiation of any constant number. Any constant number. Now what are called the constant? You must know all the numbers start from the 1, 2, 3, goes up to the millions, billions, up to the infinite. These all are called the constant number. Do you know what is the differentiation of the constant number? The differentiation of the constant number is always a 0. Now that is also proven. That's also can be proved, but it's easy and you don't have to go right now in that step. So let's start with the sum question of the differentiation. I hope you get the 3 rules. See student, there are so many formulas for the differentiation, but right now we are in the beginning. So right now I will only tell you those 3 rules. Now let's start the question which is based on those rules. Is that okay? Now let's start it. So question number first. Do the differentiate of y is equal to the x to the power 8. Then how I will start? As I told you, in the first step, you always has to write differentiation of x to the power 8. You will always start your question from this step. So differentiation of x to the power 8 is what? The power is here 8. So 8 should become first x. And whatever power you have will be taken away by 1. So this is 8 x. 8 take away 1 is I think 7. And you can write the final answer is 8x to the power 7. So that is going to be your answer. Let's take the question number second. Question number second is of y is equal to the x to the power 10. You will start differentiation of x to the power 10 is how much? 10 will become front x and the power is 10 will be taken away by 1. So this is 10 x to the power 9 and the final answer I will write 10x to the power 9. So this is my answer. I will take the next question, question number 3. Y is equal to the x to the power 100. What is the answer of that? What is the differentiation of that? So differentiation of this, you will start again with the differentiation of x to the power 100. See, we are writing here dx because our variable is given in the x. Don't forget that. So differentiation of x to the power 100. So this is I have the power. So 100 will become from x and whatever the power you have, just take away 1 from that. So 100 and x to the power 99. This is answer 100 x to the power 99 and that is your final answer. So these are the 3 examples which I explained to you when x have some power like a 8, 10 and 100. You can observe all this power with the positive signs. Now I will explain you some question when this is containing the power as a negative. Okay? Are you ready? So let's start that. Let's take the one example. If you have question y is equal to the x to the power negative 8, then how can you do this? So what I have to write, as I told you, differentiation of x to the power negative 8. See, you will gonna to start always with this step. So now it's a negative power, so don't you worry. Just you have to follow the same step. Negative 8 will become in front, x, and whatever power you have will be taken away by 1. Is that okay? Now negative 8 x and negative 8 and negative 1 is how much? I hope you know negative makes positive. 8 and 1 is equal to the 9, but what sign you should apply? So you have to observe what is the biggest number here. So 8 or 1, what is the big number? The big number is 8. 8 is containing the sign minus, so you have to use the sign minus. So you might be right, negative 8 x to the power negative 9, and see, in the differentiation we never will write our answer with a negative power. I want to make it positive. So do you know how you can make the power positive? See, whenever you have to change the sign of the any base or any power, what do you have to do? You just have to shift this place. Means right now you can see the x to the power negative 9 is in the numerator. You have to shift it into the denominator. As you will shift it into the denominator, the negative 9, this negative 9 will automatically will become a positive. And now this looks your good answer, right? So it's very easy. If you don't get that question, so don't you worry. I have a next example, same like this for you. Let's do the question when y is equal to the x to the power negative 4. Right now at the place of negative 8, we have a negative 4. So how can we differentiate that? We will start with the same step, differentiation of x to the power negative 4. So how can we do this? Let's front with the negative 4, x, and whatever power you have, just take away 1 from that. So this will come negative 4 x to the power negative is positive. 4 and 1 is I think 5. The big number is here 4, and which is containing sign the minus, so I will also use the minus. As I told you, I don't want to write my answer with the negative power, so I have to make it positive. How I can make it positive? Right now you can see the x to the power negative 5 in the numerator. If I will change its place, means if I will change it's from numerator to denominator, from here to here, then the sign can become positive. The sign of the power can be changed. So what I will do, negative power negative 4 and x to the power 5 will become in the denominator. Is that okay? I hope you are getting this. Even if you don't get it, so let's take the another example. Let's take y is equal to the negative x to the power negative 9. Oh, so now the one more negative. So don't you worry, this is again easy. Differentiation of negative x to the power negative 9 is how much? See, how can I do? This negative sign is already present in the question, so I will use as it is. Now, if I will do the differentiation of that, so power should become first. This is the x, and whatever power you have will be taken away by 1. See, we are following the same step. Only the difference is that we are using the minus here. The reason behind that was already given in the question. Negative. See, this is negative and this is negative. Negative will become positive, and this is x, and negative 9, negative 1 will become a negative 10. So again, my answer is coming with the negative power. I don't want negative power. So what I have to do, I have to shift this place. Right now you can see x to the power negative 10 as in the numerator. I will change it into the denominator. So now x to the power 10 shift into the denominator. So 10 becomes positive and 9 is at its own place, right? So I hope these three examples are helpful for you. If you don't get it, you can say once more time this, and I am very sure you will get it. Okay, now I will take the different type of more examples. So let's start that. Suppose if you have to do the differentiation of y is equal to the x to the power 1 by 2, then what you will do? So first I will start differentiation of x to the power 1 by 2. The same step. I will follow the same formula. What formula? What is the differentiation of x to the power n is what? And x and minus 1. Don't forget this. This is very, very important. Okay. So let's start. X to the power 1 by 2. 1 by 2 should become here x, and whatever power you have will be taken away by 1. Now this is half x. Do you know what is the answer of 1 by 2 take away by 1? If you know how to solve the fraction, then it is well and good. If you don't know that, then let me show you. This is half and take away 1. Is that clear? There is a nothing in the denominator. Can you put it here 1? Is that okay? Right. After this, what can you do? Just put the line 2 times 1 is 2, means you are multiplying this. 1 times 1 means you are multiplying this. Take away sign, and 2 times 1 means you are multiplying this. 1 take away 2 is, I think, negative 1 divided with the 2. So half take away 1, answer is coming negative 1 by 2. Is that okay? Now again, as I told you, I don't want answer in with the negative signs forward, so I have to make it positive. So what I will do? Half, and this is x to the power positive 1 by 2. Is that okay? See, my answer will look more good if I will write it half and under root x. Right? As you know, I want to explain you here. X to the power 1 by 2, we can write in the square root form. Is that okay? Where 1 comes here and 2 comes here. But as you know, we don't have to mention when the 1 is something's power, and we don't have to mention 2 when it comes as a square root. Right? So this is the answer of that particular question. Is that okay? So let's solve some few more examples of this kind of questions. Okay? Right. So let's start. Question number first. Y is equal to the x to the power 7 over 5. What is the differentiation of that? So differentiation of x to the power 7 by 5 is how much? 7 by 5 should become in front x, and 7 by 5 will be taken away by 1. This is 7 over 5 x to the power. What is the answer of 7 over 5? Take away 1. So see, this is 5 times 1 is a 5. 7 take away 5 is a 2 over a 5. Say if you don't get it this, so you have to learn how to solve the fraction. You can see the previous question, right? And I'm very sure you will get it. Let's do one more time. This was a 7 over a 5 take away 1. 5 multiplied with the 1 is 5 ones are 5. 7 take away 5 is a 2. And the denominator is 5 because there is nothing you can consider 1. So 7 over 5, x to the power 2 over 5, you got the answer. As you can check, this answer coming with the positive power, so which is completely fine. You don't have to shift the place, right? But I want to write it with a proper sign. So can I write it? X to the power, this comes always here, and that denominator always comes here. This is how you can change fraction to the root form. Is that okay? Right? So this is the answer of that. Always remember one more time, the power comes with the variable's power, and this denominator comes always in the square root, right? Let's take the another example so you can be more clear with this kind of question. Let's solve for the y is equal to the x to the power 3 by 2. What is the answer of that? So let's start. Differentiation for x to the power 3 by 2 is how much? As you know, 3 by 2 should become first x, and then power is a 3 by 2, take away 1. So this is 3 by 2. X to the power 3 by 2 take away 1 is how much? There is nothing you can consider 1. And what should be the answer? 2. 3 take away, and here should be 2 ones are 2. So which is 3 by 2. X to the power 3 take away 2 is, I think, 1 over 2. Now you can check 3 by 2, x to the power 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is a positive sign, so you don't have to shift the place of x to the power 1 by x to the power 1 by 2. So can I write it 3 by 2 and x to the power 1 by 2 in the form of square root x? So here 1 is the power, so that is the 1, and 2 is here, but as I told you 3 by 2 and x, you can write it directly thus, because 2 no need to mention and 1 no need to mention in the mathematics. Is that okay? So let's do the one more example of this kind of question. Let's do y is equal to the x to the power 5 over 3. Let's do for that. So first I will write differentiation of x to the power 5 by 3. What would be that? 5 by 3, x to the power 5 by 3, take away 1. Is that okay? Can I write it 5 by 3, x to the power, there is a nothing in denominator, I am considering 1. Now I am solving this part. 3 times 1 is a 3. 1 times 5 is a 5. 3 times 1 is a 3. See, there are so many methods of solving the fraction, at least 2 or 3 methods, so everybody knows. So whatever is comfortable, whatever is suitable for you, you can go with that. 5 over 3, x to the power, 5 take away 3 is a 2 over 3. Now, 5 over 3, can you change this rational power in the square root form? So yes, we can change it. X to the power, this is here 2, so I will write it here, and this is coming in denominator, so I will write it here, and that is how I will get my answer. So I hope with the help of this 9 examples, a little bit of differentiation may be clear for you, but let me tell you, this is just a beginning. We have to do so many questions like that. Is that clear? Now, let me do some question with the constant. Let's do the question y is equal to the 5x to the power 3. Let's do the question. For second, we will take y is equal to the 10x to the power 5. And another one, we will take third question, y is equal to the 6x to the power negative 2. So let's start this three kind of example. You can observe there is not only the variable is given, with the variable, the constant is also here. What is the constant? The constant 5, constant 10, and this in this question constant 6. So whenever a constant is attached with the variable, what you will gonna do? I know I told you the constant differentiation is always a zero, and which is a true. But right now, this is not only the constant here, there is a variable is also here, and both are in the multiplication. So in this case, what you will do? You will start your question with the same style, differentiation of 5x cube. Is that okay? Now after that, whenever the constant is attached with the variable, what you have to do? You have to bring this constant outside from the differentiation. So this 5 will become outside, and you have to do the differentiation only for the x to the power 3. Right? Now, I think this question is now for easy for you, because this is the 5, and you are doing now the differentiation for x to the power 3, which is easy, but please don't forget to apply the brackets here. So this bracket is saying that whatever the answer you will get it here, you have to that multiply with the 5, right? Because there is a multiply sign between them after doing the differentiation. So what is the differentiation of x cube? It's a, as you know, 3x and 3 take away 1. So can I write it 5 in bracket 3x, what is the 3 take away 1 as a 2. Now this is 5 and this is 3, there is a no sign between them. Can you make it multiply? And that is a multiply sign obviously. So 5 times 3 is a 15 and x and square. So that is the answer of this question, right? Now let's do the question number second. That question is a y is equal to the 10x to the power 5. So what is the differentiation of 10x to the power 5? So question is a 10x to the power 5. 10 is a constant which is attached with a variable x to the power 5. You have to make outside 10 from the differentiation. So 10 will be goes outside, and you have to do the differentiation of x to the power 5 only. So this is the 10. What is the differentiation of x to the power 5? Please use the bracket sign here. Power comes first, x, and whatever power you have will be taken away by 1 according to the formula, according to the rule. This is 10, 5, x. 5 take away 1 is how much? 4. Can I do 10 times 5 is how much? 50 here, and x to the power 4. So that is the answer of this question. Simple. Let's do the third one. Y is equal to the 6x to the power negative 2. So that is the with the negative power. So don't worry. Differentiation of 6x to the power negative 2 is how much? See, you can see that is the constant, that is a variable. As you know, you have to make outside the constant. So 6 differentiation of x to the power negative 2. Is that okay? So 6, what is the differentiation of x to the power negative 2? So please put the bracket here before solving, because we have 6 already here, so we have to separate them with the help of the bracket. Now x to the power negative 2 differentiation is a negative, just a second, x to the power negative 2 differentiation is a negative 2, x to the power negative 2 negative 1, right? Now this is a 6, negative 2, x to the power negative 2 negative 1 is how much? Negative 3. Can I write it? 6 multiply with the negative 2 is how much? 6 times 2 is a 12. This is the negative. There is a no sign. You can consider positive. Positive negative will make negative, and x to the power negative 3. Now you can see the answer is coming again with the negative power. And as I told you, we don't want to write our answer with the negative power. I will make it positive. How can we make it? Negative 12, and this x to the power negative 3 right now in the numerator. When you will shift its place in the denominator, then the sign of the power will going to be changed, and now this is your answer. See students, the meaning of that, it doesn't mean that you will not get the number if you are writing your answer with a negative power. You will get, but might be 9.5 out of 10, but we want always 10 out of 10, so I will suggest you write the answer in a proper manner. Is that okay? So this was the example when the constant is also with a variable. So now do the next question. Let's start with some different kind of example. Let's do the differentiation for the x square plus 2x take away 1 and with the function of y. Now you have to do the differentiation of y is equal to the x square plus 2x take away 1. In the previous question, you could see there was only the one term was there. One term means only was the x square, x to the power 5, x to the power 10. But now you can see the question is a y is equal to the x square plus 2x and 1. So there are how many terms total? There are 1, 2, and 3 terms are total. You can solve the differentiation of even the 100 terms. So don't you worry about that. How you have to do it? Let's see that. First step is always same, differentiation of, because there are the 3 terms, so can I write in the bracket x square plus 2x take away 1? Means I am doing the differentiation of this question, x square plus 2x take away 1. Now there are, because of the 3 terms total, so I have to separate the terms. How can I separate? Differentiation of x square plus differentiation of 2x and differentiation of 1. Means I use this differentiation sign with all the terms x square, 2x and 1. And even the more terms are also coming, so I will do with more of them. Right? So this was the question was given in the quadratic polynomial and there was a 3 terms. That's why I separate each term with the differentiation, use the differentiation sign by applying the differentiation sign. Now, I think this question is now easy for you. What is the differentiation of x square? Do you know? It's 2x and 2 take away 1, isn't it? Plus sign, because there is a plus, so I will use the plus here. What is the differentiation of 2x? So there is a 2 and there is x. You can see the constant is attached with the variable, so you can make outside this constant outside the differentiations of 2, and only the remaining is differentiation of x, right, as we done in the previous question. Minus, what is the differentiation of 1? Means the differentiation of constant, and as I told you, differentiation of constant is always a 0. Now 2x, 2 take away 1 is how much? 1 plus 2. What is the differentiation of x only? So the differentiation of x is, as I told you, 1, and this is 0. Can I write it? 2x1 plus 2 times 1 is always 2, and 0, no need to write it. 2x, there is a no need to mention 1 power because it's understood, it's nothing, means 1, and plus 2. So 2x plus 2 is your answer. Is that okay? Now, let's do the one more example this kind of. Let's do the question number 2. Y is equal to the negative 2x square, negative 8x plus 3. This is your question. So as I told you, you will always start with the differentiation of negative 2x square, negative 8x plus 3. Means you are doing the differentiation of this question. You write in the bracket. Now there are the how many terms are total again? 3 terms. This quadratic polynomial is given in the 3 terms. So I have to separate all these 3 terms with the separate differentiation sign. So let's do that. Differentiation of negative 2x square, then take away sign. Differentiation of 8x. See, I already used this take away sign here, so I will not use that here, okay? And plus differentiation of what is remaining now? 3. How we can do that? This is the negative 2 and this is the x square. Constant is attached with the variable, so you can make outside the constant. So negative 2 and differentiation is only remaining for the x square. Minus. This is the constant and this is the variable. Constant is attached with the variable. So you can make outside the x, 10, sorry, you can make outside the 8, and you have to do only the differentiation of the x variable. Plus, and here can I write one more time, differentiation of the 3. So now in the next step I will do. This is negative 2. Differentiation of x square is how much? As you know, the power 2 will come front, x and 2 take away 1. Minus, this is 8. What is the differentiation of x? Differentiation of x is how much? 1. Plus, what is the differentiation of 3? Is a 0. Can I do negative 2, 2 and x to the power 2 take away 1 is a 1. Minus 8 times 1 is a 8, and see the 0, no need to write it. Because 0 you are adding in something or you are taking away, doesn't matter. This is negative 2, this is 2. 2 times 2 is I think negative 4 because the sign is here negative. So negative and positive is makes negative. So 2 times 2 is 4 with a negative sign. And x to the power 1, no need to mention it, and negative 8. And that is going to be your answer. I know you might be saying we can take the 4 is common from here, or maybe we can take the 2 is common from here, but no need to do that. Even if you are doing this, so that is fine. 2x plus 1 is also fine. This is also fine. And from here, negative 4 if you are taking, so x plus 2, this is also fine. So don't you worry about that if you are doing only up to this step, right? Let's take few more examples. So if you want to do the question, y is equal to the x to the power 4 negative 2x cube plus 3x square minus x minus 6. How to do the differentiation of this question? So as I told you, you will always start with the step differentiation of x to the power 4 negative 2x cube plus 3x square negative x negative 6. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So you have to separate all the steps by using the sign differentiation. So differentiation of x to the power 4, then take away sign, differentiation of 2x cube, then plus sign, differentiation of 3x square, then take away sign, differentiation of x, then take away sign, and differentiation of 6. See, this sign we are choosing on the basis of our question, okay? Now, what is the differentiation of x to the power 4? So can I write 4 should become first x and 4 take away 1 minus. This is the 2 and this is the x to the power 3. 2 is attached with the x to the power 3. So the constant you have to make outside the differentiation. So 2 would become here and this is the differentiation of x to the power 3. Plus in the next term you can also see again 3 is attached to the x square. So can you make it outside 3 and differentiation of only for the x square you have to do minus differentiation of x. Do you know it is what? 1 minus differentiation of 6 is what? 0. Now can I write 4x, 4 take away 1 is a 3 minus 2. Differentiation of x to the power 3 is a 3x, 3 take away 1 plus 3. Differentiation of x square is a 2x, 2 take away 1 minus 1 minus 0. This is 4x cube minus, can I write 2 times 3 is how much? 6 because there is a multiply sign between them. And x to the power 3 take away 1, can I write 2 plus, this is 3 times 2 is how much? 6. X to the power 2 take away 1 is a 1 and minus 1. Now I'm not writing 0 because there is no meaning to write it again and again. This is 4x cube minus 6x square plus 6x and take away 1. And that I want to write it my final answer. So you can see the student, there are even so many terms, but you can solve the question. Here was a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 terms. But yeah, definitely you can solve the answer, right? Okay, so let me clear the screen as well. So I hope you got today's session. I hope this question would be helpful for you. But trust me, this was the very basic question for the differentiation, right? It was just a beginning. There are so many questions are remaining in this topic. So many rules, so many question types are remaining, which I will explain you in the next video. Is that okay? Right. Thanks so much for joining. Okay, bye-bye.